do, they can light up, and they may not see this sort of trip out over the 2,000 metres.
Well, that is true. Now, a horse that has got some good gate speed, generally speaking, is Chang Chang Glory. And if he jumps well and can get across easy enough, he just might be in front, might be able to try and control the race. But of course, it is the Derby. There's a lot of top jockeys in this race, and everyone will be keen and aware of the pace and when they should make a move. So it's just full of intrigue after the barrier draw. Some of those favoured runners have drawn wide, so it makes it tough.
Yeah, one of those favoured runners is the highest rated horse in the race, and that, of course, is Galaxy Patch for Blake Shinnon, Pierre. And what a story it would be for Pierre if he could win a Derby in his second season. He's leading the Trainers' Championship at the moment.
Yeah, he certainly is, and he's done a fantastic job with this horse and others. Now, whether he can run the distance, that's got to be a big query. Physically looking at him, I've got to say he looks like he would get over the ground. He's the highest rated horse in the race, so maybe the quality might get in there as well, but it'd be a fantastic training performance if he was able to take it out.
Let's bring in Paul Lally and Nick Child, and gents, some sort of story it would be for Dennis Ship. He's been a former champion trainer here in the past. If he could win a Derby with a horse that is second up in Massive Sovereign.
Yeah, absolutely, Tom. I mean, there are so many stories running through this Derby, and you could slice this any number of ways, really, couldn't you? And as for Dennis Yip and his horse, Paul, he was mightily impressive on debut. Yes, he's got to go to another level here, but to do that first time up, that takes a special horse.
He seemed to have settled in really well. Sometimes Northern Hemisphere horses take a little while to settle in. He hasn't. He's won fresh up and over the 2,000 metres, which is this Derby distance. So it's very unusual sort of preparation for the Derby, just one run into it. So let's see how he does get on. He's currently the second favourite as well. There's only 3 in...
寶馬香港打吡大賽參賽馬匹
Runners of the BMW Hong Kong Derby.
1號馬標誌銀河
Number 1, Galaxy Patch.
2號馬驕陽明區
Number 2, Helios Express.
3號馬喜蓮勇敢
Number 3, Helene Feeling.
4號馬超超比
Number 4, Chill Chibi.
5號馬安晴
Number 5, Ensued.
6號馬禪聖輝煌
Number 6, Chan Cheng Glory.
7號馬大至尊
Number 7, Massive Sovereign.
8號馬同樣美麗
Number 8, Beauty Crescent.
9號馬競速威龍
Number 9, Speed Dragon.
10號馬難以置信
Number 10, Unbelievable.
11號馬嘉應傳承
Number 11, Kaying Generation.
12號馬伊力迪迪
Number 12, Elliptical.
13號馬精算謀略
Number 13, Simple Hedge.
14號馬久久為尊
Number 14, Star Map.
Ambassador, but in terms of a race here in Hong Kong, when it comes to the owners, trainers, jockeys, this is number 1, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Every owner wants to win the Hong Kong Derby. You ask any owner and they say, get me a Derby horse. So everyone wants to win it, and it's up for grabs, and we'll know very soon who's going to be the winner this year.
Let's crack into the parade, and we'll start here with number 6, Chang Cheng Glory, the horse that is likely to go forward in this race. Jenny, William Buick rides for Francis Loy, and he's come up with barrier number 9.
Well, he absolutely flew out of the gates last time he stepped out, and he really put up a strong performance just to go down to Helios Express in a photo finish. So it was a good effort. He's still probably a little bit of a query over the 2,000 metres, but he looks as fit as he could possibly be. He's beautifully relaxed here as well, and he's walking out cleanly, so he looks good.
The favourite, Jenny's number 2, Helios Express, is on screen now. Hugh Bowman, barrier 13.
Yeah, I will need to duck and weave to get across to him, Helios Express. He's just done a fantastic job, having won the mile and the Classic Cup. So the question mark for this horse is whether or not Hugh's able to settle him. He pulled very hard in the Classic Cup, and he has to get an extra distance here today. So it's not going to be easy, but he has got the class factor. He looks beautifully prepared. I'm just getting glimpses of him, but I will get very close to him in a second. Nicely behaved, very alert, walking out well, and as fit as could possibly be. He looks really well.
Galaxy Patch, Jenny, 12-1 at the moment. This is the horse the owners paid up for the late entry fee to make it into the Derby today.
Yeah, look, he's one of these horses. He's a very angular type of horse. He doesn't have huge strength in those hindquarters, and I've described him before as a bit of a coat hanger look about him, because that's how he appears. But gosh, he's effective. He's off a rating of 103, and he's a very, very good racehorse. Now, the distance has to be a bit of a query, but the horse parades nicely. He's behaved himself well, and he looks as fit as he can be. I just want to check out how he's walking. Just bear with me 1 second. Little bit tense, but walking cleanly. No excess on him. He's just taken charge of his two handlers there, so he's keen.
Helene Feeling, the next one, getting in line now, and James McDonald, barrier 11.
Yeah, he's nicely behaved, very quiet and relaxed, one from the Danny Shumyard. A little bit of an overbite. He walks out nice and freely. Fit, healthy, strong, and well put together horse, sensible. He does look good.
Okay, they've taken the blinkers off, wouldn't settle last time out. They were away from the fence with him early. Last time out, Helene Feeling, James McDonald rides. So his stablemate is Chill Chibi. He was dragged all the way back. He jumped well, but they dragged him back last time out. And there was only one horse quicker home in the straight than him last start, Jenny. That was Helios Express.
And he had a little bit of a break as well leading into that race. So he did a really good job. Finished off nicely. As I said, if they ride him a bit closer, might just take his finish off him, but he did run well, and the horse looks good. He's fit, he's healthy, he's well behaved. He's just nice and keen with his two handlers there in a good way, and nothing wrong with his fluency. He looks good.
That's Jerry Chow there on screen, the jockey of Chill Chibi, currently at 9.2 and 3.1. Has ensured he's currently the third favourite. We know the distance won't be a problem for him. Ryan Moore from barrier 12.
Yeah, look, there's not a great deal of this horse. He weighs in at 1,053 pounds. He's actually dropped another 16 pounds, but he's just really fit. He's always been a bit of a plain enough type. He's really healthy in his coat, and he does look like he's walking out nice and freely. Very relaxed here in the parade, just slightly warm in little patches, but he's good. So he's got to be left there with a chance.
Of course, Moore and Size teamed up in 2018 with the Ping Hai Star, and they team up here from barrier 12. The 4-year-old by Lemon Drop Kid. There is Ryan Moore. He's had success already this afternoon, and he is currently in the market at 6.2 and 1.8. We've seen Chang Cheng Glory, so down to Massive Sovereign here, Reggie, who is now the favourite at 3.4 and 1.7. Zach's only had one winner in this race, and that was Luger in 2015, but he couldn't have been more impressive on debut, this horse.
Yeah, he really took me, not by surprise, I've got to say. I thought he might have been in need of one run, but the manner in which he won the 2000 first up was just sensational. And he just looks like he's got a touch of class. He had good form prior to coming to Hong Kong. He's got a very nice nature. I love the way he settled last time, and he looks in great nick once again. He's just a well put together horse. Walks out really freely. He's nice and alert. He's beautifully behaved. He does look well.
That's the current favourite at the moment of the Hong Kong Derby, BMW Hong Kong Derby, Massive Sovereign, and there's his jockey, Zach Purden, and trainer, Dennis Yip. Number 8, Beauty Crescent, led last time. I don't think he'll lead this time. He stayed on for 5th in the Classic Cup. Alexi Bedell, barrier 5.
Yeah, this horse, he's only a small horse. He's only 1,058 pounds, and he's dropped another 14 pounds. So he doesn't blow you away. He's a bit of a lightly framed type, and he's also probably a little bit of a query of getting over this 2,000 metres as well. But he could be there on the speed, and he might give you a bit of a sight for a while. He's okay. He's very fine-skinned. He's walking out casually, and he does look fit.
Of course, Alexi won it with the Voyage Bubble. On we go to a Speed Dragon, Lyle Hewitson, Francis Loy. Very unlucky, of course, Jenny, in the Classic mile. He was back and wide last start. How's he parading here, the 9?
Yeah, he's a nice horse, Speed Dragon. I don't want to dismiss him too lightly. He's beautifully behaved. He's sweating up a little bit behind, but most of them are just sweating up in little patches because it is such a warm day. He's free in his action. He's got good strength. and a really good attitude. So I'll give him a rough chance.
And he's at 40-1 if you like him, 41, 7.5. Number 10, Unbelievable, came with some good form from Ireland before he got here. He's just had the 2 starts, did improve from start 1 to start 2. Harry Bentley from barrier 8.
Yeah, he covered a bit of ground. I thought he went really quite well considering. So this is only going to be his 3rd race start, and you know he will get the distance. The horse looks nice and relaxed here in the parade. He's got a bit of height, he's got a bit of body strength, he walks out freely, and fitness-wise, I don't think there's too much of an issue there either. Maybe just carries a little bit of condition, but that just might be him. So he's well, and I do like his relaxed attitude.
Don't think he's the worst. He was a winner of the London Gold Cup at Newbury over the 2,000 metres prior to arriving. Kaying Generation won course and distance 2 starts ago, Ginny, but was on the back foot and never really got involved last start.
No, he's pretty dour, this horse, but you know he will get the distance. So if he's within striking range, he could give you a pretty good run for your money. He's beautifully behaved. He's a very strong, well put together horse, and he does walk out cleanly. There is nothing wrong with him if you fancy him.
Number 12, Elliptical, is the outsider for the Derby. Did have some good form in Australia before he got here, but he hasn't really brought it to Hong Kong at this stage.
No, he's been extremely disappointing considering his record from Australia. So he was able to run 4th in the Rosehill Guineas, this guy, but we haven't seen a great deal from him in 5 starts. He is quiet, he's not overly tall, he's neat, he's healthy, he continues to walk out well. There is nothing wrong with him physically, so if he was to just all of a sudden improve, wouldn't absolutely shock the way he presents.
He arguably brought some of the better 4-year-old form towards Hong Kong prior to arriving, but just has not fronted up at all. On we go to Simple Hedge. 2 starts, course and distance, Jenny, for 2 placings. Could he be a knockout here at 54-1?
Well, he's in the hands of John Size, so of course he could. He's more than capable, John, of getting these Derby winners on the board. Now, he's got 3 runners, and this is one of them. He has had synthetic hooves. I'm just querying a little bit about how he's walking in front. He's just not 100% smooth, so he's going to need a little loosen up in that area. Other than that, everything else is good.
And the bottom one, Star Mac, drawn nice in barrier 1. He's run 3rd and 4th, running on both times in the 2 lead-up races.
Yeah, he certainly has, and he's really caught the eye. Now, he is a very strong-bodied horse. He does walk out freely. He's behaving himself well with the 2 handlers, slightly warm, as they all are, but free in his action and really healthy. So he looks good. He's very strong.
Okay, that is number 14, and that, of course, is Star Mac. Best turned out horses, Massive for Sovereign. Race number 7, Massive Sovereign is the best turned out horse. You can see the Mafu collecting the spoils there on screen. So the favourite has been judged as the best turned out horse. Let's head over to Nick Child. He's standing by with the trainer John Size, who's got 3 in this year's BMW Hong Kong Derby.
Yes, thank you very much, Tom, indeed. And I suppose the trainer that really does hold all the aces here is John Size. 3 runners in the race. And John, well, let's start with perhaps the most high-profile one at this stage. That is Helios Express. He's won both the mile and the cup. He's had a little bit of an interrupted preparation, but how is he now?
Seems okay. I mean, you'd much rather that he didn't have a couple of days off, but he has, and we'll have to live with it. Just hoping that he can relax in the first bend and try and save some energy for the finish.
Has he shown you, John, in training that perhaps he is just beginning to settle down and relax that bit more? I guess race day is different perhaps to track work.
Yeah, of course, it's completely different. And this start today is in front of the grandstand. That probably won't help. But I think he's just got to try and get him quietly immediately, and so he can finish the race off.
Spoke to his owner, Andy Young, at the barrier draw. I guess little you can do about that. It is luck of the draw, and being out there is where he's ended up.
Of course. I mean, the race has been won plenty of times from horses drawn badly. But, you know, for this horse, it's very awkward.
Your other runner, or another one of your runners, is Enshoed, of course. He looks a real no-nonsense horse, John, and it looks as if this trip will bring out the best in him. Yeah,
he's a very straightforward horse. He's got a lovely temperament. He's easy to do anything with. He is a stayer. He's going to appreciate the 2,000 metres, and he probably can be in a forward position. He might be up there running in the first 5.
Obviously, you and Ryan have teamed up for a derby. I imagine he was full of praise after his run in the Classic Cup.
He thought he ran well. I mean, he's sort of lost a little bit for acceleration. That's the chink in his armour. He can't accelerate, but the horses that are quicker in the finish are going to get him down. But anyway, we put himself in the race and see what happens.
Your final runner, John, joining that pair will be Simple Hedge. Now, he's a big price. He's the outsider of your trio, but he's run very well over this trip on a couple of occasions. What more can you tell us about him? I guess this is certainly a step up for him, but he's a nice horse.
Yeah, he's a lovely horse, but as you say, his rating's not very high. He's only on 76, which is a bit low for this sort of race, but we're hoping he can grab some prize money.
John, a special race always. You've got a great record in it. I guess to win it for a fourth time would be incredibly special for you and everyone involved.
Of course, yeah. We look forward to the race and see what happens.
John, very best of luck and thanks for your time.
Thank you very much.
大家好，我係打比大師甄子丹，萬眾期待嘅寶馬香港打比大賽即將開始啦！馬迷們準備啦，我哋好快就可以一齊見證4歲新星嘅誕生。Let's go！
As we see Donny rev the crowd up there for the Derby, I've got to have him on top. He goes on top of number 9, Speed Dragon. Now, he's got to be a little bit of a query over the distance, this horse, but he paraded beautifully, so he makes it in. The 6, Chang Chang Glory, there he is on screen. He's a lovely athletic-looking horse. He's got a bit of size and scope about him. He looks extremely fit. He makes it in. And then the 3, Helene Feeling, whose best form has been at the Valley. But he has won over the 1600 here. I thought he paraded really nicely. He's always been a nice type, and he looks good. James McDonald to ride there. So a few roughies. And my long shot is that horse on screen, number 14. Now, he's really strong, Star Mac. And I think from gate 1, he's just going to get a nice run. He'll need luck in the straight because he's a back runner, but he would have been next best. So 7, 9, 6 and 3 for me.
We're counting down to a start for the 2024 BMW Hong Kong Derby. Let's head up to the commentary box. Mark, your thoughts here on the Derby with the favourite, Massive Sovereign at 3.4.
He was so dominant, Tom, at his Hong Kong debut, as we saw, and he just ran away from them. And at 3.4 and 1.6, the bounce factor, if it doesn't come into play second up, he is a massive chance of winning the BMW Hong Kong Derby in around 3 minutes' time. So 7 goes on top to beat number 5, Ensued. He'll appreciate going to the 2,000 metres. He looked gone in the Classic Cup at the top of the straight, but the further they went, the better he looked. He rallied in the straight and he came back to run 3rd behind Helios Express. The 2 has to go in. He's won the first 2 legs. He's drawn barrier 13. It will take something special from Hugh, but we know what a great rider Hugh Bowman is. John Size, a master trainer, he is too. First look at 2,000 metres, and he's trying to join a couple of others in Golden 60 and Rapper Dragon for the clean sweep of the 4-year-olds. And Galaxy Patch, Paul can't leave him out because every time Pierre's put something to him, he's answered with a yes. So from 1,400 to 2,000 metres, this would be some story if he wins the Derby. But he's a horse with immense ability. 7-5-2-1.
I went with the 6 on top here. Chang Chang Glory at 14s. This horse, I think, will be in front. He'll be out of trouble. And if it is a messy run race, he's going to be the one that's going to benefit. So I thought he could lead all the way. So he's on top, the 6. Massive Sovereign created a massive impression when winning on his debut run here in Hong Kong. And if he reproduces that in this, then he's going to take all sorts of beating. Chil Chibi in there for 3rd. Now he's a horse that we know the distance won't be a problem. He's drawn nicely in 3. And then the 5, Ensued. If anything goes wrong with the other the favourite runners, he's a real stayer, this horse, so he'll be right there at the finish. 6, 7, 4 and 5 for me.
Yeah, I've gone with 4 here. Chil Chibi made him my value runner this afternoon. 9.5 and 3.1. The son of road here. He was wide early. He jumped so well and they dragged him all the way back, but he did relax in that run. I don't think they need to be as far back with him here this afternoon. And from barrier 3, hopefully he's not as far back. I do agree he's ridden better off the pace, but I don't think they need to be all the way back towards the end of the field here. So Chil Chibi to beat 7, Massive Sovereign. A lot to like about his win. He did it so well. The time wasn't flash, but they weren't running at times. He's got to improve again here, I think, to step up from barrier number 10. He'll be looking for some pace on. Unbelievable. I didn't think his run was the worst last time out. And throwing in Chang Chang Glory, he'll be trying to dictate off the front. 4, 7, 10 and 6. You can see a big crowd here at Sha Tin. Nick's best bet this afternoon is Ensued for Ryan Moore and John Size, drawn barrier number 12. 3 times the starter course and distance for a couple of wins and a placing. Nick with 5, 2, 7 and 13. 5, 2, 7 and 13. A recap, Jenny, of your numbers from the parade.
Yeah, look, he was voted the best turned out, and that's exactly how he looked. Number 7, Massive Sovereign. More than impressive on debut over the 2,000 metres with Zach. He settled beautifully. He got to the line really strongly, and there looked to be a bit in reserve. He looks pretty classy, and he certainly looked classy in the parade. He goes on top of number 9, Speed Dragon. My little concern would be whether or not he can get a strong 2000, but he's a really nice scopy type of horse. He's got plenty of strength and he's really fluent. So he goes in. The 6, Cheng Cheng Glory, likely to be up there on the speed. If things go well for him, he could give you a really good sight, as he did last time. And I thought the 3 was next best. That's Helene Feeling. So I'm not sure whether or not he's quite up to it, particularly from gate 11, but at least he's got J-Mac to offset that. So 7, 9, 6 and 3. And my long shot, is the 14. He got a bit warm by the looks of things behind the gates there. Very strong-bodied horse, and from gate 1, he should just tuck in on the fence. He'll be slow out, but if things go his way and there's a bit of pace on, he'll be finishing off very, very strongly.
Well, now here comes the money, Paul, for Galaxy Patch. What a weekend it would be for Blake Shin to take out a Hong Kong derby after winning his 2nd Golden Slipper yesterday.
Yeah, look, and he's been back right through exotics as well, Galaxy Patch, and he's now into 8.8. So that's where the late money's coming. It's seriously about the top one. The distance obviously is the little query, but he's probably the best horse in the race that we've seen so far, and a really good placing there in the Group 1 last start. But he's now into 8.7. Massive Sovereign is the favourite. As far as the play is concerned, there's a couple of best bets and a best bet and a couple of long shots in here. So thought box them up in a test. Chill Chibi and Shoot, Massive Sovereign, the favourite, and also Star Mac, 4, 5, 7 and 14. But it could go either way. Any way this race is wide open, and Galaxy Patch currently the one that's been back late.
Do you think, Jenny, maybe they could be a bit further forward with Young Generation this time, because they wouldn't want him to get back like they did last time out, because too far out he just can't make that ground up. But when he won over the 2,000 metres, he was a lot closer. He's drawn barrier number 4 here, as we see Tony Speechley, the starter, on the rostrum.
Well, the key to him is jumping well.
Opinion that he might not be up on the pace here with Cheng Cheng Glory?
No, look, I thought he could tuck in behind. He did lead last time, and he stayed on really well, to be fair, for 5th, and he did set up some reasonable sectionals. But I just wonder if he'll be better with a little bit of cover. And Cheng Cheng Glory, we know he can be a strong front runner as well.
You can see they are moving in. The favourite here for the BMW Hong Kong Derby is Massive Sovereign for Zach Purton at 3.5. All the history is against him here. He's 2nd up this afternoon off a very impressive win first up. There's a lot of late money for Galaxy Patch at 8.5, and there's also money for Helene Feeling, James McDonald, who's now 22 to 1. It's the final leg of the 4-year-old series in Hong Kong. Which 4-year-old is going to shoot for once in a lifetime glory? It is the BMW Hong Kong Derby with race caller Mark McNamara.
Thank you, Tom. And there's 2 to load down there at the 2,000 metre mark in front of a big crowd and a support crew also for Massive Sovereign. Last one's in. Ready for the Derby. Racing. Unbelievable, missed the start. Massive Sovereign in the last 3 or 4 out of the gates, and Helios Express and Galaxy Patch from their wide draws are going to drag back. Young Generation goes forward around Elliptical, and Cheng Cheng Glory going up wider out. Wider again, Helene Feeling, and widest of all is Ensued from Star Mac on the inside of Chilchibi. Then came Beauty Crescent. He's just a bit keen going up the side the first time from Simple Hedge. Speed Dragon around Unbelievable from Massive Sovereign. Helios Express 2nd last, and 3 lengths away last of all Galaxy Patch. So the 3 fancied runners have all gone to be in the last 3 spots as Young Generation with 1,300 metres to go. He's the leader. He's a length and a half clear. Cheng Cheng Glory 2nd. No great pace on. Elliptical 3rd. Helene Feeling dropped in 4th. Ensued doing it tough 3 wide, but he did go 3 wide on debut in Hong Kong and won. Star Max on the rail. He's inside of Chilchibi from Beauty Crescent. He's working up 3 wide on the back of Ensued. Then came Unbelievable. Speed Dragon next from Helios Express. There's ground to be saved on the rail, and Bowman's picked off a few down there too. Massive Sovereign, Simple Hedge next, and Galaxy Patch last as Young Generation ups it coming off the back, and he put 3 lengths on the Mazzini. He's going to make it a true Catch Me If You Can staying test from here. He's 4 in front of Cheng Cheng Glory, hard ridden. Then came Elliptical next to Helene Feeling. 3 lengths away Chilchibi, Star Mac, and then came ensued. He has a big, big lead in the Derby. It's Car Ying Generation, 6 lengths in front over Cheng Cheng Glory, then Elaine Feeling. Massive Sovereign clears traffic now. He has 7 lengths to make up. It's been a dashing ride by Atzani. It's Car Ying Generation, Massive Sovereign. He's 2 lengths away. Car Ying Generation, Massive Sovereign, Galaxy Patch, Sovereign, Massive Sovereign. He wins it. Massive Sovereign for Zach Purton and Dennis Ship win the Derby from Galaxy Patch and Car Ying Generation. Then came Chilchibi, unbelievable. Next in Speed Dragon, Elaine Feeling, Helios Express, Cheng Cheng Glory, Star Mac. Next in Elliptical, Simple Edge, Beauty Crescent and Ensued. Massive Sovereign, Zach Purton and Dennis Ship in a thrilling Derby. 4.4 and 1.8. Galaxy Patch, Blake Shin at 2.6 and Car Ying Generation, Andrea Atzani, a return of 7.8. 2 starts, both 2,000 metres for 2 wins. Sovereign, Massive Sovereign wins the Derby for BMW. They were massive performances too, the pair of them. They've come from miles back. Andrea Atzani rode an amazing race on Car Ying Generation, no doubt knowing the big guns were miles back in the field. And if they were good enough to beat him, so be it. But he gave his horse and he got the jockey cam on. That'll be a sight when they start to get in the straight. Chilchibi's got another great race for 4th, but there they are. The Massive Sovereign support crew. It's a neck and neck, 159.85. They're inside standard, 7-1, 11 and 5. It's been a great Derby. One's in. Ready for the Derby. Racing. Unbelievable, missed the start. Massive Sovereign in the last 3 or 4 out of the gates, and Helios Express and Galaxy Patch from their wide draws are going to drag back. Car Ying Generation goes forward around Elliptical, and Cheng Cheng Glory going up wider out, wider again, Elaine Feeling, and widest of all is Ensued from Star Mac on the inside of Chilchibi. Then came Beauty Crescent. He's just a bit keen going up the side the first time from Simple Hedge. Speed Dragon around Unbelievable from Massive Sovereign. Helios Express second last, and 3 lengths away last of all Galaxy Patch. So the 3 fancied runners have all gone to be in the last 3 spots as Car Ying Generation with 1,300 metres to go. He's the leader. He's a length and a half clear. Cheng Cheng Glory second. No great pace on. Elliptical third. Elaine Feeling dropped in 4th. Ensued doing it tough 3 wide, but he did go 3 wide on debut in Hong Kong and won. Star Max on the rail. He's inside of Chilchibi from Beauty Crescent. He's working up 3 wide on the back of Ensued. Then came Unbelievable. Speed Dragon next from Helios Express. There's ground to be saved on the rail, and Bowman's picked off a few down there too. Massive Sovereign, Simple Hedge next, and Galaxy Patch last as Car Ying Generation ups it coming off the back, and he put 3 lengths on the Mazzini. He's going to make it a true catch me if you can staying test from here. He's 4 in front of Cheng Cheng Glory, hard ridden. Then came Elliptical next to Lane Feeling, 3 lengths away Chilchibi, Star Mac, and then came Ensued. He has a big, big lead in the Derby. It's Car Ying Generation, 6 lengths in front over Cheng Cheng Glory, then Elaine Feeling. Massive Sovereign clears traffic now. He has 7 lengths to make up. It's been a dashing ride by Atzani. It's Car Ying Generation, Massive Sovereign. He's 2 lengths away. Car Ying Generation, Massive Sovereign, Galaxy Patch, Sovereign, Massive Sovereign. He wins it.
Wins the BMW Hong Kong Derby. What a race, what a ride, and what a call from Mark there as well. 7-1, 11 and 4, a neck by neck, 159.85. And number 7 has won the Derby here. Paul Massive Sovereign, Zach Purton, Dennis Ship has basically come from near last at the 800 metres.
Yeah, what a great win and a great ride there from Zach. 44 and 18.50, 26 down on a shield. Galaxy Patch ran well, and also third there, 11, which is 78.50.
Yeah, what an effort there as we see those numbers on screen. Let's head over to Nick Child, who's standing by out front with the successful jockey, that is Zach Purton.
Tom, Zach, many congratulations. The second Derby, that one looked pretty special.
Yeah, it's been a frustrating race for me, and it's been a frustrating season too, to be honest. To finally get one of the bigger ones, it's a bit of a relief, and you know, especially for Dennis. You know, we've had such a great association over the years. Obviously, we won a championship together, and The emotion that he showed when he won that race at that last meeting at Happy Valley that time, I'll never forget that. So to do it with him is special as well, on what looks like is a special horse.
Just on the race itself, second, I've got to let you go, but a runaway leader, were you always confident you could reel him back with this fellow?
When the leader was that far in front and that horse keeps galloping, he doesn't stop or give up, and although he tied a little bit, he didn't capitulate, so he made me earn it. You know, I always thought I was going to get close, but how close, you know, you can't be sure, but once I sort of got to the 200, I could feel I had his medal.
Well done, Zach. Many congratulations.
2 winners for Zach Purton in a supposedly frustrating season. There he is with Deniship as well, the old firm teaming up here. Jenny, it hasn't been the fruitful combination it once used to be, certainly the last 2 seasons anyway.
No, well, that's only his 4th winner for him this campaign, isn't it, from 14 starts or 14 rides. So it's a nice one to do it on, though. The Hong Kong Derby, well done to Zach Purton and also Deniship. They really do have a very classy horse there. What a ride. Zach Purton, that was an incredibly good ride from gate number 10. Well back, there was plenty of speed there from Carrying Generation trying to steal it. And Galaxy Patch, well, he was ridden quietly and absolutely flew as well towards the end. So solid performance from him, but all credit with the winner, Massive Sovereign. Great effort.
Yeah, absolutely. You've got to ask now, Paul, what is the best trip for Galaxy Patch? Because blowed if I know now.
No, exactly. And I just think he's a very good horse, and these horses can sort of perform at all sorts of distances. I think the 2 best horses in the race ran 1st and 2nd, and I think these 2 horses are going to be future stars in Hong Kong if they're not already.
Yeah, well, what do they do now, Jenny, with Massive Sovereign? Like, he's won 2 now over the 2,000 metres, and like this is some sort of history. There's Deniship, he's out there with the flag as well, so he's got the Massive Sovereign flag. Look at Dennis.
Good on you, Dennis. Enjoy the moment.
And it'll be a popular win, no doubt, Jenny, with the locals. But yeah, it's just some performance to get this horse to win first up 2,000 metres, and then to get him to come back and again in 2.5, 3 weeks, have another go and be even more impressive.
Oh, absolutely. Well, prior to coming, you won a Dundalk Maiden on a poly track with Ryan Moore on over the 1,400, then won at Leopardstown over 1,465 with Ryan Moore on. So Ryan has had a bit to do with this horse. He's got here, he's blown them away on debut, and he's blown them away in the Derby. So 2,000 metres, I wonder if they'll plan travelling Cox Plate. Maybe.
Yeah, well, he does hold an entry, Paul, for the FWD QE2 Cup here over the 2,000 metres on the 28th of April. And, gee, that would be a fascinating clash between Massive Sovereign now and Romantic Warrior, who's made the 2,000 metres here at Sha Tin his own.
Yeah, definitely, and he's sort of the young pretender coming through now, and that'll be a great race. Yeah, I would love to see that. And look, there's been a history in the past of horses winning the Derby. Werther's gone on to win it in the same year. Also, horses like Ambitious Dragon going back a few years. So these horses Derby horses can go on into the QE2. All
credit Jenny as well, Andrea Arzeni on Carrying Generation. Like, he made that into a true staying test, and the more that sort of one thought about it, that they would potentially go forward with that horse and try and turn it into a staying test, that in the end came to fruition, and he's run a great race, that horse.
He's run a fantastic race, and from gate 4 he jumped really well, so he was able to be up there and on the pace, and then really able to dictate. He tried to steal it, he took off early, and he knew the horse was going to stay. Of course, he got a little tired late, but he put up a great performance at the same time. Yeah,
it's the age-old thing, Paul, that on paper looked like there was no pace, but the race is not run on paper, is it? And there was plenty of pace there.
Yeah, well, look, Carrying Generation really turned it into a staying test there, and well done to Pion, because his horses ran 2nd and 3rd, with the other one coming on really nicely, Galaxy Patch. So both horses ran accordingly, and both being placed.
Yep, well done to Chan Kamahung, the successful owner here of Massive Sovereign, and they get a fill up as well. So the Derby is worth 26 million. The winner takes home 14.56 million, and of course they get a top-up bonus there as well of 1.5 million. So celebrations all round. Zach, he of course won the Derby aboard Luger. He mentioned he'd had a frustrating run in this race. He'd had about 7 other placings in it. Luger, of course, won in 2015. This horse was formerly trained by Aidan O'Brien, was known as Broadhurst over there, and they've certainly found one here to come and perform at the very highest level in Hong Kong. History was totally against him today, Jenny, as well. Second up has been done third up in the past, but history all round.
I think it just shows his class.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it. The way that he won when he came here, paraded well. He looked like he was carrying easy.
各位來賓，寶馬香港打比大賽頒獎儀式現在開始。
Ladies and gentlemen, the BMW Hong Kong Derby Trophy Presentation Ceremony will now commence.
各位馬迷大家好！嗱，2024年度寶馬香港打比大賽，我哋新一代嘅強者啱誕生啦嚇！呢一場咧，亦都係4歲馬經典系列之中嘅終極大戰，係我哋本地馬壇嘅最高榮譽，就係由大至尊獲得冠軍嘅，恭喜晒 ！Congratulations to Massive Sovereign! Winning an epic edition of the 147th BMW Hong Kong Derby for trainer Dennis Yip and jockey Zach Purden today, securing Dennis Yip his first win in the race and Zach Purden is second after Luger in 2015. Huge congratulations! 喺呢個時候咧，我哋有請香港賽馬會主席利之厚先生將寶馬香港打比大賽嘅獎杯啊，同埋鍍金碟頒發俾勝出頭馬大至尊嘅馬主陳金雄先生。Now, our chairman of the Hong Kong Jockey Club, Mr. Michael Lee, is presenting the BMW Hong Kong Derby Trophy to Chen Kam Hong, the owner of Massive Sovereign. And now is the gold-plated dish. 我哋嘅鍍金碟，咁就由陳太太係獲得嘅。Thank you and gold-plated dish receiving by Mrs. Chan. Congratulations. 繼續請主席咧就係將鍍金碟頒發俾我哋勝出馬匹嘅練馬師葉楚航。Chairman is now presenting the gold-plated dish to the winning trainer, Dennis Yip. Congratulations， 恭喜晒！跟住主席咧就係將鍍金碟咧頒發俾我哋勝出馬匹嘅騎師潘頓。And Chairman is now presenting the gold-plated dish to our winning jockey, Zach Purden. Congratulations， 唔該晒主席。跟住咧，我哋就有請咧係寶馬香港服務股份有限公司嘅執行董事陳祖安先生，致送紀念品俾勝出頭馬大至尊嘅馬主陳金雄先生。And now may we invite Mr. Raymond Tang, Managing Director, BMW Hong Kong Services Limited, to present souvenir to Mr. Chan, son of Mr. Chan Kam Hong, the owner of winning horse Massive Sovereign. Thank you, Mr. Tang. 好啦，跟住我哋有請 寶馬汽車香港有限公司香港及澳門嘅董事總經理梁建新先生，致送紀念品俾勝出頭馬嘅練馬師葉彩航。Mr. Ray Leung, Managing Director, Hong Kong and Macau BMW Concessionaires Hong Kong Limited, is now presenting souvenir to winning trainer Dennis Yip. Thank you, Mr. Leung， 唔該晒。好啦，跟住我哋有請寶馬香港打比大使甄子丹先生，致送紀念品俾勝出嘅騎師潘頓。And Mr. Donnie Yang, BMW Hong Kong Derby Ambassador, is now presenting a souvenir to winning jockey Zach Purden。Thank you, Donnie. 好啦，當然呢個時候我哋要影翻張大合照嚇。Thank you and congratulations again. And of course, we have to take a group photo for the winning connections. So everyone, please kindly look at the cameras in the front. 我哋一齊望一望呢，就係正中我哋一眾嘅攝影啦嚇。大家再俾多次歡呼聲好唔好啊？恭喜晒大至尊！好啦，咁我哋寶馬香港打比大賽嘅頒獎儀式咧接近尾聲啦，再一次恭喜晒大至尊力壓群雄啊，成為我哋今屆寶馬香港打比大賽嘅盟主嚇。喺呢個時候咧，我哋有請勝出嘅馬主、練馬師同埋騎師咧，一齊係登上3部啊寶馬嘅開篷跑車巡遊，接受在場大家嘅祝賀㗎。That's the end of the trophy presentation, and now the winning connections owner, trainer, and jockey are going to parade on the 3 BMW convertibles. Once again, congratulations to Massive Sovereign. 嗱，大家啦，當我哋嘅巡遊嘅開篷跑車咧，寶馬跑車嚟到大家前面嘅時候，繼續 keep 住你哋嘅歡呼聲，好唔好啊？呢個係一個好有氣氛、好靚嘅一個 moment 啊！啲 fans 啊喺嗰邊大至尊嘅 fans 咧，記得俾多啲歡呼聲我哋啦嚇。好，我見到咧係練馬師葉彩航先生已經登上咗啦，潘頓亦都係啦，咁啊馬主陳先生亦都可以咧登上我哋第一屆嘅開篷寶馬啦。再一次恭喜晒大至尊 ！Big congratulations again to Massive Sovereign winning the BMW Derby 2024。再一次恭喜晒寶馬香港打比大賽2024嘅盟主大至尊。哇！今日所有嘅馬迷都帶住我哋打比嘅 cap 帽，好有氣氛，好靚嚇！好啦，大家可以繼續 keep 住歡呼聲啦！ Congratulations, Dennis! And congratulations to Zach Purden!
Almost tore the place apart.
Biggest roar I've heard in a while, and that Happy Valley have been so winning.
Yeah, let's see them go from the start now. Jockey Cam on the right-hand side in the little box there is Jerry Chow and Chil Chibi. So let's look at them go into the first turn. Kaying Generation, Elliptical, Helene Feeling out wider. Chang Cheng Glory, you can see the horse that is covering all the ground there is ensued over on the outer part of the track there. And then as they make the turn out of the straight, Well, Starmac, Paul, he was a lot closer, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. So he managed to jump nicely from barrier 1 and just sort of plonked himself there at this stage. Beauty Crescent, we thought would be not leading. He didn't. He was just pulling a little bit for him. So he was sort of about 4th or 5th. Chibi was a little bit closer than I thought he'd be as well. He wasn't too far away. But Kaying, they had a plan here with Kaying Generation. He was off and gone here. And you can see the other horse there, which is Chang Cheng Glory. He was happy to let him go. Elliptical in the trail, and no luck whatsoever for Ensued. He's still 3 wide.
Yeah, well, the sectionals 25.53 standard 26, and then 23.91 standard 24.15, 23.32 standard 23.75. So they really picked it up there. And then again, from this point, the half mile 22.94 when standards 23.45, Paul, when Andrea Aretti was really just trying to turn this into a brute staying test.
It was, and the winner and the runner-up are now second last on the inside there. You can see them. So they wanted the pace on. They got it. And this horse was off and gone, though, and he almost pinched it.
Yeah, he nearly did. So Elliptical's under all sorts of pressure. Chang Cheng Glory's under pressure. Helene Feeling. Now, a Massive Sovereign. He is starting to come off the back there of Helene Feeling on the inside of Chill Chibi. There's Helios Express next to them. Galaxy Patch is now coming off heels, and he comes out to the outer part of the track there to the outside of Massive Sovereign. Kaying Generation still in front. Massive Sovereign, Galaxy Patch dashing home late. On the inside there, Chang Cheng Glory boxing on. Chill Chibi stays on as well. Ensued well back, but in the end, what a couple of great rides there from Purton and also Blake Shin from back in the field there. And here we go. Helios Express winning the Classic Mile, the Classic Cup. But for the big one, the Blue Riband event for the 4-year-olds, Massive Sovereign takes out the BMW Hong Kong Derby of 2024 and claims once-in-a-lifetime glory. The sectional times 25.53 standard 26, 23.92 standard 24.15, 23.32 standard 23.75, 22.94 standard 23.45, and the run home pretty was outside standard by a second in the end, 24.14 standard 23.15. Standard is 2 minutes .50. They ran 1:59.85 for the BMW Hong Kong Derby. Massive Sovereign, Dinnership, Zach Purton.